Hey, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to the Cosmic Soul Tribe. It's your high guardian priestess, Maggie. We're going to do a reading for you today. Take it as it resonates. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Friday, wherever you are or reside on this beautiful planet that we all live on. Mother Nature is looking so phenomenal lately. Either way, we're getting in tune with yours and yours truly, Pisces, today, Spirit. Talking to the higher ups, guidance. What does their spirit guides have to offer at this time? Advice, reasoning, even. Something they're trying to be receiving at this time. I'm getting a good shuffling to these cards right now. Pisces, 12th house Neptune's energy. What's going on with Pisces? We got the full moon in Scorpio coming up on the May 12th. We had the new moon in Taurus on April 27th. We're in May. What's going on with them? Are they feeling things that are different or confusing to them? Do they need clarity? Do they need reassurance in some ways? What is it that's going on with Pisces today? This energy that we have a hold of. Y'all, the shadow self with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yo, this is overthinking. Y'all have been way too much in your head. Y'all have been questioning too many things all at once, though, really. It's not that you're not questioning the right things. You're just questioning too many things at one time. You can only process and only get so much at one time. It's like trying to squeeze the sponge out of the entire water out of it, you know. It's like almost near impossible to get that. So this is the feeling you're really absorbing so many things right now, and it's kind of putting the pressure on you. And even overindulgence and that kind of stuff, whether it be even positivity, whatever it may be, you're leaning too much into overindulging in your thought process of things, which I feel like is causing more wanting to know, demanding to know. Like it finally gets to the I want to know now, and like wanting the control of the knowing kind of feeling. Like that's kind of where I feel like you guys have pushed yourselves with all this overthinking. Not that you were wanting to let that side really win, but this is what's coming up. Like God had noticed what's happening with you. And you know, it's not a bad thing to be where you are. Obviously we all are doing what we need to be doing at the time we're doing it. So if you want to really get technical, you are doing what you need to be doing, and you're coming here for reassurance and clarity with this situation, which is really good. And this is a genuine message for you. You know, get out of your head. Really, get out of your head. I don't know. Like I was just talking about nature, and that's something that really helps you to clear so many anxieties. It just really does. Like Mother Nature just takes it from you when you just sit with her, relax with her, talk with her, just nourish yourself outside in the sun, or whatever it may be. You know, you don't even have to do much. All you have to do is be. You just be out there with the nature, and that's all you really have to do. You're connecting, you're grounding, and you set your intentions right. You know, and you allow yourself to connect openly, vulnerably. Whatever it is that you start to see symbolically, there's bees, there's birds, there's, you know, the ways of the wind, what direction is the wind blowing in, because there's specific messages and symbolic meanings to southeast winds, south winds, northeast winds, west winds, you know, like northwest winds, etc. They all have something they're trying to tell you, speak to you. So yeah, there's just things like I feel like you guys just needed a little bit of a remembering of, you know, you are a soul, you are special in your nature, you are connected to nature, you embody the universal cosmic energies. So you are a part of nature. The universe is nature itself. It's all natural. So it's nature. Nature doesn't have to just be earth and plants and trees and birds. And nature is everything that we exist within, actually. So yes, we are always connected to nature, and we allow ourselves to feel that natural flow when we get out and connect to that natural energetic field. That's really what it is. You do have Leo, Virgo, Capricorn. Now I know that Virgo's your opposite sign, so this is like the energy of the appearing to me of challenge, right? And you know that you have all the ability and potential to overcome this challenge. God would never present you with something that He knows you would not be able to handle. So everything that you've ever been presented with in life, God knew you would be able to overcome it and conquer it, no matter how hard, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter whatever it was, maybe even easy, it doesn't matter. God knew you would have the ability to do it. Your mind, your knowledge, your awareness would be able to conquer those specific things. He knows your potential. He recognizes all the things about you that are the significant factors. And when you look within, you don't need external validation in any way. You don't need to wonder if what you're doing is good enough for the next person, or whether you giving to somebody in some way is going to help this or that. It doesn't matter. You allowed yourself with good intentions from a healed heart to also pass on more healing with that healedness. You poured from your cup healing to the situation. You didn't pour from your cup unhealed energy. You've been doing what you need to be doing. So you need to stop overthinking and questioning things that don't necessarily need to be questioned at this time. That's really what this feeling is coming through to be. Okay, when you do overthink things, you're actually missing things. So there's that too. So if you really want to catch things, you will not try to control everything at the moment. You'll let it flow to you, and you'll be ready. You'll be more ready when you realize that, and you get to that point. And you'll start to maybe receive so much that your body may even not even know how to handle it fully. You may have ascension symptoms or things that cause you to feel like, like you're steering backwards in a sense, or like in reverse or something. But it's not like that, because once you start to get to the awareness that you get to, you start to call upon the essences of deities and goddesses and gods and all the things that have ever been created by the actual Lord above, the real creator of all the sources and senses. But yes, you call upon all these beautiful goddesses and gods, and you call upon what they naturally stand for. When you're going through a sickness, or when you're feeling weak, or if you're feeling like mentally overwhelmed, you call upon the energies of like Mother Gaia, or even Goddess of Venus, or you know even Zeus, he helps too. They all do specific things. They'll come to you when you need them. That's what they're there for. Um, you need to allow yourself not to feel like you need to do everything by yourself. God did not create us to do things by ourselves. God created us to also turn to Him when really in need of anything. Also, when we do receive what we need, to thank Him. A lot of gratitude for the things that we receive. So this is just a sense of like guidance for you right now, Pisces. The Queen of Wands. Yeah, you guys are standout people. Stand up, stand out, whatever. You stand out to a crowd, and you are a stand up individual. Like literally, I see how people view you, and they see you as warm, energetic, loving, kind, rekindling. You rekindle so many great things in people without even really knowing it or recognizing at the time. I think that's something you really needed to hear, because yeah, with the things that we were just saying, you question what people are thinking about you. Oh, God is giving you that hint. You're doing great and you're brilliant. With the Queen of Wands, there's so much natural flow and love, and there's a fiery energy behind it. So when you do get angry, if you do get upset, you do get emotional, it's all for a reason. You're allowed to feel the things you feel. God does not blame you for being angry or upset, because He understands the intentions of where it came from and why you're upset, why you're angry. He knows that your fire can set things completely right and align things completely in the way that needs to be. So you allowing yourself to feel things that other people don't feel, that's part of your gift. That's part of your presence and your purpose here. So that's significant in all the ways, because this is an Aries and a Pisces energy with the Queen of Wands, okay? And she's a beautiful, loving individual. Maybe something to do with red-brown hair. All right, so let's get an energy. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean not on your own understanding. you are also maybe working your way up to being financially powerful, or you already have the means of being financially powerful, whatever it may be. That's really good. That's decent. When you actually have the means to have that financial power, where you have your structure, your stability, and freedom, you and independence too, in a sense. But when you have that, you feel so much better. You feel good within yourself that you can actually heal yourself. You have time to do it. Like, you got everything else figured out, that you finally give to yourself in the ways that you were actually born to give to yourself. And you set up your own structure, your own foundation to do this. Like, you basically built your own home, and you're living in it. Now you feel free because you allowed yourself to find a structure that's safe and secure for you to heal and do the things you need to do. So take that as a metaphor, or take that as literal. But yes, this is the situation that I'm feeling with that. Also, just trust in the Lord with all your heart. When you lean on your understanding, you're only leaning on what you know and your own awareness or your own knowledge. To that point is, you're not understanding that God knows more than you know. So therefore, once you lean on God's understanding, that's when you are able to no longer have to feel like you control everything that's happening, okay? Because everything that's ever happened has happened for a reason, correct? Things you have had no control over have happened, and it still worked out in the favor. Still found a way to work out some lies or some deceit or whatever it may be, right? Because it takes time, but divine timing is the perfect time, because it always shows up right on time. And that's the feeling with this situation for you, Pisces. So no matter what, just know you're taken care of and divinely guided and protected, no matter what. Like, honestly, like, even through this situation right now, you're being guided divinely and still protected. You're being told what's up right now so that you don't allow it to cause more problems or any other ripples. And I know all of you this time, you're going to do what you know you need to do. You're going to find yourself distracting. And what I just did before I did this reading was actually dancing to some music, listening to some music, chilling, vibing. A little bit of workouts, because that's what I do. It mix it all up. But either way, um, yeah, and that makes you feel a lot more freer. And like, I didn't have to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders during that moment. And that's nice when you can release and relax and just kind of kick back. It's not really kicking back, but to me, that's kind of kicking back. Like, I get to dance, I get to listen to my music, I get to do what I want to, and nobody's bugging me. Like, it feels nice. And even though things weren't totally aligned today, and not everything went as planned either, like, this whole last since Monday, it's been really rough. Last Monday was all the way through that till that Friday was rough. And it's just been a hard hitter, but it's like, you still have to find time even through those little hard hits for yourself. And the more you have those hard hits, you might as well find more little time for yourself, because you need to restore yourself through all those things. Anyways, also, yeah, you're doing a lot of spiritual trauma healing. So all the things you've been through spiritually, and that's like your evolution from the very beginning, not even just part of this earth, other planets, everything else, the place that you actually reside from, the place that you truly came from. It's not this planet, I'm telling you right now. But yeah, the thing is that you guys are healing those things along the lines. There's ancestral things that they're healing, and the ancestors I'm talking about aren't just ancestors from these lives that you lived on this planet. Okay, not just in this body you're in right now, but other multiple bodies that you've had on this planet specifically, whether they have been burned or whether they have been buried, whatever it may be. The feeling with that is that it's not just this planet, it's other planets and other specific family lineages with those planets and those lives. Okay, so you are specifically a star seed. You came from the stars. You belong to the stars. You don't feel like you belong here, which is normal. It's normal for star seeds and light workers and um, light givers, light healers of light. Yeah, any of those, specifically earth angels. It's not. They don't belong here because they know they don't. They came to actually lift the frequency and the energy of the earth, because the earth is actually causing a lot more damage in the universe than it realizes. It's like a negative emotion towards the universe because of all of the depressive, low vibrational energies that keep pulsing from this area. Um, and yeah, we're trying to save the universe. We're not really just trying to save Earth or the people here. We're trying to save the Earth in its way that it's affecting the universe in all of its cases. Um, yeah, but you guys have felt like you've been held back by challenges, and some of you haven't moved for a long time. maybe that's exactly what that is. If you haven't moved for a long time from your house or wherever you are located, that could exactly resemble that. And it's not such a bad thing, but you've had maybe a lot of things that have happened there where you felt like you were held back by challenges. But there was this situation I'm getting spiritually that you haven't moved for a long time in the spiritual healing. Maybe you were healing physically and emotionally and mentally and all those things, but you weren't actually getting to the spiritual core of healing quite yet. You had to heal all those specific emotions and mentalities and physicalities, whatever, before you could even move into the spiritual healing itself. So it took all of those to activate spiritual healing from where you have not been moving for a very long time, and we're talking long time. So you finally, because you were held back by challenges specifically in that situation, but that doesn't mean that it wasn't for a reason, because it was. Now you're able to find out that this is actually moving you forward, because I feel like that's a big teller right there. It's a fortune teller message that you haven't moved for a long time because you were held back by challenge spiritually, but this is all because of trauma. You've been healing that finally, and you're able to finally move out of that space you were in for so long. You're moving into the next level of this phase. And you know what? That's actually very significant. I'm actually very happy for you guys to be able to tell you guys that you're actually moving into something new spiritually. And this is a new place. It's going to be unfamiliar territory, but you know what? So was the last place. And that's what happens. We end up getting comfortable, right? And then when we have to shift or move out of, like, it's just like moving out of a new house, out of a house into a new house. Some of us get excited, but you know what? We know we have to start working with the little pros and cons of that too. Whatever it may be, a bigger yard, littler yard. Now we have more of this to pull weeds, or now we don't have enough of this, or there's whatever. There's always pros and cons, right? You have to leave specific comforts to get into something new, and you get all uncomfortable, but then you reassert your energy into it, and you kind of become more comfortable. You adapt. You come into a routine that works for you. It works. It does. It always ends up working out, panning out, and that was some of the things that actually teaches you about your own growth and your own development in life. Where you were actually holding yourself back because you were so reliant on something specifically, and you finally allowed yourself to move out of that. You see what I'm saying? So there we go. You have the red aura coming through for you guys right now. So yeah, that kind of really vibrates with the Queen of Wands. If you were to look around her energy, it's heavily red, like all around, dark red, light red, little bits of oranges, whatever. But the red aura is grounded, ambitious, passionate, hardworking, and confident. And that's something you are, Pisces. Okay, that's something you are. That red aura is definitely showing and shining. You guys have loving and beneficial intentions usually all the time, right? You are a very open and honest person. And the feeling this is telling me is that there's been some action or actions that are not justified, maybe from somebody on the outside, right? And it's caused imbalance, and it's only been it's coming from negative emotions that have not been worked through. That's where these actions are coming from. Some of these negative emotions that have not been worked through, and they're not justified because these negative emotions have to be worked through. That's why they're not just. Once they start to get worked through, actions and whatnot start to become justified because someone's actually putting effort and energy and time into something, into preparation, into spiritual healing, into self-healing, into whatever it may be, right? So that's the energy I'm getting for you guys, and I hope this helped in any way it could. Specifically, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.